This this would be one of the strangest topics to bring about. That too at what is this? 3 o'clock in the 3 o'clock in the night. You can say it's 3 a.m. morning, Tuesday. Okay, I finished working with a client, and I was thinking of starting this video about the client, which I'll do after this. But in my WhatsApp group, which is open for all, most of you can join, provided you follow the rules. In my WhatsApp group, um, there is this gentleman who is nearly 50s, 60s, happily married, has children, has, wife, children, has maybe grandchildren, senior guy. Uh, we share words of wisdom as being the elders in the group. And there are youngsters, 20-year-old, 30-year-olds. So there is always a question about, girls and sex and wow, how to get laid. The typical young man fantasy stuff. Okay. So I don't know how this question came up, but it came down to, yeah, I remember. It came down to how we change after marriage. And one of my clients who is in his 30s, he's a multi-millionaire, Indian origin, based in the West. He is a multi-millionaire, multi, whatever. And for those of you who do not believe, he actually knows Andrew Tate like this. Okay, so he's a ex-Andrew Tate friend, follower, whatever. Now he's part of our group. He's a multi-millionaire, and almost every single post of his is an expensive car. Seriously, not a rented Lamborghini or a Ferrari. He actually buys these cars. He's into crypto. He's into that new age earning. So, and almost every day, every day, he has some new girl, or oh my goodness, the typical Andrew Tate lifestyle. That is him, and that is why he aligns with Andrew Tate. So he was sharing, his latest video, expensive car going at some 270 kilometers an hour or some this thing, and the girl was there, oh babes, and this and that, So then suddenly he asked me a question. By the way, he's my client. Yeah. Now from Andrew Tate, he's come to be my client. So he just asked me this question: when did you decide to stop taking risks? Because I had sent him a friendly message. Say, listen, don't drive like this so fast. It's dangerous. One mistake, just one mistake. Let's say the road is slippery, or you suddenly just, turn suddenly, or someone just walks in, or someone else's mistake. You not only have an accident, you can get paralyzed, you can die, maybe she can die. Anything can happen. So I told him, I know that this is all fun. You're not doing it just to show everyone in the group, but it's not worth it. So he asked me this question: at what age in your life did you decide it was not worth taking risks? Because he knows I was a powerlifter, bodybuilder, I used to take steroids. I was like 3 times bigger than this, 125 kilos of thick muscles. Like I couldn't hold my arm, man, like this. It used to be like this. So I honestly told him that, means in the group, WhatsApp group, I said, I stopped all this crazy stuff, steroids and bodybuilding and powerlifting, lifting 300 kilos, pushing, and 200 kilos, up. And when the pain was so bad, so excruciating, that I couldn't even move. I could not walk for a few seconds or minutes without huffing and puffing, without my joints. Like, the pain was so bad because of the heavy lifting. If I would lift a phone, just lift like this, I would get like needles and pins here and here and here, and it would pain. Like, life became so horrible. I didn't want to even go to the gym. I just couldn't. I couldn't walk down a flight of stairs because There was so much weight, muscle, and I was carrying my lungs and my heart. Just couldn't take it. I told him that's where I stopped doing the all the crazy stuff, the risks, and that lifestyle. And then that gentleman who is at 50 plus, nearly 60, who is based in UK. He's also Indian. He is based in the UK. So he chimed in. And yes, when you have family and family and children, when you have a wife, I told him that my deteriorating condition was before I had my wife and kid. But I do agree with you. I agree with you that once you have a wife and kid, all your life choices, you know, they they revolve around your wife and kid. And then it came down to the topic of cheating on the wife, or sleeping, when the wife doesn't know. Because men, the way we are wired is, for us, sex and love is two different things. We can have sex with 20, 30 different females and not have any love or affection for them, but we can love one person and maybe not have much sex with them. So we are wired differently. Women, on the other hand, who they love, they have sex with. I'm not trying to justify and say that it is all right. It is, go ahead. That's your lifestyle choice. I'm not trying to be some guru here who's going to teach you moral values. You choose your values. You want to sleep around, you sleep around. You want to be loyal and faithful, you be loyal and faithful. I'm telling you what I have done. And before, this is my fourth wife, if you know that. I got married due to, if you just Google search Loy Machedo, divorce one, divorce two, divorce three, I got married for all the wrong reasons. One was the thrill, the chase of a white female. Then it was I did it for Jesus. The third one was I did it thinking it's my best friend. And yes, UAE laws those days, you couldn't stay with a woman live in. It was not possible. And I nearly had a brush with the CID who want to know what is my relationship with her, that female. So I didn't have a choice. So finally, when I decided I'll get married for the right reasons, I chose the right girl. Everything worked out well. So now the question was, or rather, the statement that I made is, why am I loyal and faithful to this woman? Okay. See, I'm in Thailand. There are enough and more, like where I stay, Samui, enough and more massage parlors. And if I really were to search, I can get a massage parlor with a happy ending. Like they'll give you a massage and then they'll say, do you want me to use my hand or my mouth or whatever? Just keep you happy. And then there are other places where they provide adult related services like, okay, you want a massage and you want to have a good time, or straight away you want to have a good time. So it's, it's not like a very taboo thing. It's a very open thing. Everyone knows about it. And given the type of guy I was for me, sex is not a big deal. I even put it down in the group. I remember very clearly, there was this particular day in my 30s where I had sex right from one girl to another, means all in different places, different locations. Total of six in one day, six different girls. I highly suggest you don't do that. In Dubai, we are lucky that the females and males, they get tested for STDs every time they renew their visas. I don't know if that policy is changed. I hope not. So it's very hard for someone, the probability of someone having an STD is very low. Okay. But if you're in countries like, for instance, Southeast Asian countries or India, Pakistan, or Philippines, most of them they don't care. They don't want an STD test. There are many sex workers and young men and women I know, they just don't want to take an STD. And they don't even want to check whether I have an STD. And some who have an STD also are not bothered about it. They don't care if they infect others. Not joking on this, huh? This is serious. I've known people who, they just said, I have an STD, but it's cool. I don't give a fuck. Let anyone get. From herpes to, and those kind of STDs, they don't heal. So for me, lucky, I never had an STD at all. I know I'm the luckiest guy on the planet. Uh, and I used to, I always targeted females who I knew that they were not sleeping with, one guy after another after another. It was more like, okay, this girl is lonely and she wants someone and, she can open up to me. Anyway, so I mentioned this that I'd slept with 6 women in a single day. And I also told them that today, if I want, I can go and sleep with anyone. See, right now it's 3 o'clock. I showed you the time. My wife is sleeping, kid is sleeping. I can actually go right now. Right now, roads are empty. There will be, I'm pretty sure there will be a place where they'll say, will you a nice, relaxing massage with a happy ending. I know it because I'm very aware of what's going on. Before I did get married, I was relaxing and going to checking these places out. Okay. Did I go to prostitutes, sex workers? I've been very explicit on my channel and I've told you guys, yes, I have. Okay. From blind dates to not blind dates, from meeting these females on dating apps to girls who wanted to get married but didn't mind having a good time. And then whether it worked or didn't work, they didn't mind. Okay. So I can do it right now. I'm being very transparent. I can do it right now. My wife will never know about it. And she's not going to watch this video and, understand each and every word. In fact, she doesn't watch my videos because it's only, I'm talking. There's nothing like fun happening and all that. So, and even if any one of you do get tempted and say, oh, I'm going to inform his wife, I'm going to take this part of the video, my wife wouldn't give a rat's ass. It's not that she's not going to feel, bad if, for example, I did sleep with someone. Okay. It's not that it's not going to hurt her feelings. Of course, it'll hurt her feelings. It'll hurt her feelings very much because she truly loves me. Okay. And a woman's heart will break. But more than that, if I did sleep around, I can easily tell her, like, I'm earning money. I'm the bread earner. I'm the man. What the fuck are you going to do? Get up. I can do that. I know there are many men who do that. And she wouldn't have a choice. She could either go back to her family and say, I'm separated from him. But then who'd take care of her? How would she earn? How would she take care of the baby? So I know that she financially, there are so many things working against her. And out of compulsion, maybe she would just surrender and say, okay, this is my punishment. I'll tolerate him sleeping around. I'll just focus on taking care of my baby. Okay, I don't have a life. She can even do that, seriously. But I don't want that. And you know why? It's not just because I love and care for my wife. Okay, it's not just that. We have this small little baby girl. She is, right now 7. Her best friend, the person she loves more than me, is my wife. She'll always say, I love mama and papa. You have seen the videos. I love mama and papa, same. Like if I were to ask, who do you love more? She says, I love mommy and papa, same. I don't know who has taught her this. Neither my wife nor me taught her this, but she always says, I love papa and mama more. Nobody more. I love both of them same. Even my wife has asked her secretly, who do you love more? She said, I love papa and mama, both. But I know, and she knows, that my daughter loves her more, even though she doesn't say it. Why? It's very obvious because they sleep together, they shower together. She's with her 24/7. She's her best friend. She takes her out. I can't spend that kind of time and I don't have the patience. And I'm just in my own world. I cannot be the babysitter, father figure, the ideal role model. I can only give a few minutes and I lose my patience. Right now it's 3 o'clock. I told you, right? Like, I need to have the energy to do all this. I don't have the energy to be with her. They went to the beach. They went outside. I don't like all that. All right. So if I were to sleep with another woman, my wife would get hurt. She would cry. And I can assure you this, that small little baby would sense it, she would feel it, and she would eventually, maybe, most probably come to know about what happened. Now, she can't hate me, she can't hit me, she'll also cry. When my wife is not keeping well, man, my daughter literally sits with my wife when my wife is maybe sleeping or she's tired, and she will, just try to give her a little bit of a massage on the hand. Like when my baby is sick, my wife takes, small towels and puts it in water and puts it for my daughter's forehead. My daughter's actually done that. Seriously, with nobody telling her. She loves my wife, her mother. It is her life, her best friend. Don't you think her spirit, her heart would be broken? Now, I can say, bugger off both of you. It's my life. I can do what I want. But when I'm sitting alone with nobody watching and I'm with myself, I would be hurt. I would be sad. Is it worth 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, 15 minutes of some individual giving me pleasure in one body part of mine? It's a body part. Okay, she played with it and put it in different places, and oh, I came. Is it worth those 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever minutes for a lifetime of pain for two human beings who are totally dependent on me? The answer for me, I don't know about you, is no, not worth it. In fact, I can do it secretly. When I was 6 months, when I was staying alone, if you check my previous videos, my wife was in the village. I was alone here 6 months. I could easily go out, meet so many women, or even one, or even go for a happy ending. I chose not to. I kept myself busy with, from my diet to, didn't eat food for 15 days. I was experimenting. So sex took a backseat. And I'll tell you one final thing. Don't want to bore you with my lecturing. But once you get married and you truly love the person and you're at a age in your life where sex is no longer so important. When you're young, sex is the most important thing. It's like that stimulation on that small little boy down there. Ooh, magic. As you become older, you're just like, it's just like hunger. It's just like an urge. You don't think much about it. I was crazy about food. I was crazy about sugar. I was crazy about pleasure, movies, fun, babes, attention. As you grow older and you reach your 50s, you just focus on what is important. For me, what is important today is I need to make money. Most important, money. Second most important is to do what I love, which is this. Okay. Many of you still don't believe that, but YouTube, I told you, pays me $200, $300 for a month of work. I do this more as a personal branding exercise to offer value. And that helps me in my credibility. That is why I never have to go to anyone. People come to me, And then, yes, I live a very happy life, minus the sex. I've told you this. There are 20-year-olds and maybe young, 20, 30. They fly down all the way to hear some movie. Why do you think I deleted so many people from my Facebook and this and that? Females the thrill seekers used to fly down here, send me a private message. Hey, babes, how are you? Fine, all that. I'm staying here. Okay. Well, anyway, just come over for a cup of coffee. Let's just say hi. Just want you to come meet me, my friends, girls. I know it's not my first rodeo. It's not the first time I'm having sex. It's not the first time. I know she doesn't have to say it like, I know why she's calling me privately to a hotel alone. In fact, there are some girls who literally told on my face, openly, do you want to fuck? Simple. I've had a Russian female in the gym. After we were talking, just having a great time, and she obviously knew that I was married. And after the workout, she was like, "Hey, by the way, I stay here. Okay, I'm staying here for a few days. Okay, wanna come over?" And we just kept quiet. I just looked at her, smiled. I said, "You wanna fuck?" Straight. This might come as a what? Oh, this is how the real world is here. Anyway, the point of this whole thing is not to tell you, hey, I'm some hot shot or this and that. It's just to tell you that as you grow older, priorities change. Sex is sex is fun. The, for me, more than the sex is the thrill of the chase. You enjoy the thrill of the chase, getting that female who doesn't know you know the anticipation, the suspense. You don't know what's going to happen next. And yeah, sex is the reward. But as you grow older, no, um, the fear of STD is very high. The you know the price to pay for your actions, is it worth it? And the biggest one, the headache, the risks that come with it. What if the female is a psycho? What if she turns out to be desperately in love with me? What if she is one of them who, after she has sex, she blackmails you, or she talks to 10 people, hey, I had sex with this guy, and then the news spreads. Is it worth all this? Is it worth risking my career? Yeah, most of my clients wouldn't give a damn if I sleep every day. They'll just be like, I don't care, Loy is sleeping around. I just want my services provided, advice, consultant, let them sleep around. They wouldn't care. And I'm not living with a family, mother, father, brother, sister, and I don't hardly talk to her family. So for me, it doesn't matter. But I choose not to do it. I'm not doing it for awards. I'm not doing it for, oh, Loy is such a good guy and all that. I told you, I'm not a good guy. I've had a very colorful, checkered past. I'm doing it because I want to be true to myself. And I'm not doing it for being, even telling you, I'm not doing it for being a good guy. I'm not doing it for you to respect me more. Fuck all that. Your respect doesn't feed me. I'm keeping it real. That's all it is. I'm just keeping it real. You can choose to sleep around. I have my clients who literally every single day, and they ask me, Loy, do you think I'm a bad person? I said, why should it matter what I think? You're bad or good or whatever. And you have your values. I used to be a playboy. I used to sleep around. I didn't give a fuck what anyone thought. I said, why should you be bothered? But then they say, but do you think I'm bad or good? I said, nobody knows about what you're doing. So when nobody knows and you're doing it quietly, you're a good guy. But the day you get caught and then everyone's hurt, then you become a bad guy. So until you get caught, you're a good guy. So then they smile. They say, Loy, you're the weirdest guy, man. Yeah. I said, yeah, I'm not here. I'm not a guru, religious guy who is going to teach you morals, ethics, and values. Forget all that. Yeah, come on. I keep it real. I told you. So this video is not to tell you to be good. Neither this video is to encourage you to do bad. You do you. You figure out what are your rules, what are your values. But in the end, just remember that, when you don't get caught, it's all fun. Like, my that rich friend, you drive the expensive car, hey, the thrill of the chase and all that. But the day something bad happens, the day you get caught, or the day life doesn't go as per plan, an STD or a psychotic female, or you get sued, or they cry rape or some shit. You're the one who will pay the price for it. And remember, it takes two hands to clap. Two hands. I'm not saying women are innocent. There are enough and more psychotic females who would love to destroy your life. So you have to be careful of that also. So yeah, been there, done that. Now I want to be not a good guy. I want to be a guy who doesn't complicate his life. Want to make money, want to enjoy life within the rules. All right. That's what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree, disagree? I'd love to hear what you have to say. All right. You guys take care. Yalla. Bye. And yeah, you want to join the group, but you have to follow the rules. Send me a message. I'll send you the link. You guys take care. This is me signing off.